I just want to start off with I don't know why y'all think it's all brand new, okay? I've been singing for 84 years. I don't want y'all to be surprised when I drop this new album, self performance, writing, producing, all that stuff, mixing and mastering, all that stuff. I'm releasing a new album. I'll be releasing this album at first on June 19th, which is this Friday. Clock it if you clock it.
Want you to never leave my side. That's why I'm giving more.
And action. All right, guys, Ohio, it's your boy Don Cortez, aka the Mayor Nichome. I'm back with solo one-on-one talk up in the booth for Nicho Radio. I hope you guys are all doing well. We're about to have this summer be kicked off this weekend, so I hope you got your plans ready. I hope you got your summer outfits and your swimsuits ready. Y'all go ahead and make sure to like and subscribe and follow below. I have a little bit of a story time for today's episode. So I just want to start off with I don't know why y'all think it's all brand new, okay? I've been singing for 84 years. Okay, I've been up in this game singing, singwriting, dancing, all that stuff, and I just haven't done it in a while, but I don't want y'all to be surprised when I drop this new album, self-performance, writing, producing, all that stuff, mixing and mastering, all that stuff. I'm releasing a new album. I'll be releasing this album at first on June 19th, which is this Friday. Clock it if you clock it. I'm waiting for the distribution of the album to be on major platforms, aka Amazon Music, Apple Music, Spotify, etc., etc. I'm waiting for that to drop, and I believe that should be at the earliest July 4th, but maybe no later than July 11th. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to, give you guys a little bit of a journey of how I've always been a singer and songwriter. I love singing. Everyone who has seen me in karaoke, they love my rendition of Rehab from Amy Winehouse. I do a little bit of John Legend, Ordinary People, but I just kind of wanted to share some light on creating music and performing music in Japan. And who else to say it or show it better than mwah. So, first off, I mean, performing in Japan is can be easy at times, but also can be hard at times. It depends on what kind of venue we're doing it in. When I used to perform back in the day, back in 2010 when I first came here, I used to make trips out to Tokyo weekend-wise because the only place that had big crowds, and perform in a small place called the Juke Joint that is still there. I'm not sure if it's there or not, but it's a small funk underground club that would be playing live music on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Shout out to April Paredo, who is a part of the board of Japan Music. She was the one who put me on. She had an ad on Craigslist. Oh God, that's showing my age. She had an ad on Craigslist, and she was looking for people to, provide vocals for a band. And what actually happened was with a verse where I said, "I'm doing music and I want to, get some performance experience under my belt." And she introduced me to Katsuya, bassist, Lindsay, and then eventually Andre, who were keyboards. She did drums with Sean, and I believe that the guitarist, I forget the guitarist's name, I have to look it up again, put it here. But yeah, like she introduced me to a genuine band, and we all practiced and did our thing for lives for my music that I made back in the day. But the number one thing you got to do is have some kind of good connection, and she's a good one. She's very well connected. She introduces a lot of bands from overseas into the Japanese market. But yeah, like that was the one-time opportunity. I don't think I would have had any other opportunities to be able to perform on that scale of the budget that I had at that time had I not met April. But Like these days is different, especially because inflation. It takes a lot of money and time to get people together, especially when they're adults, and especially after the late 20s, where people are like, well, I got kids and I got other obligations, I got girlfriends and stuff like that, where they're like making their lives, and you have to play chess to even get someone scheduled in. So that's how I got into at least performing in Japan back in the day. I used to have some friends who had DJs sets and things like that. They'd have events and they'd be like, hey, you want to run this over here? We got a USB port here. We'll play your backtracking and you just sing and stuff like that. So I performed at the French Institute in Itabashi. I performed with a DJ set over in Omotesando at a club. I don't think it's no longer there, and also did an acoustic set around that area as well. So yeah, I've been performing for ages. I mean, I used to be the choir boy. Used to do madrigals. I used to do men's chorus and all that stuff back in the day. We used to do musicals. I was the Perchik in the Fiddler on the Roof. I had also performed in Wizard of Oz as a chorus as well too. So singing has always been there. But I think the biggest thing recently is that I got access to my hard drive. I had a hard drive that I thought was completely dead, and around the time where I started moving around and changing jobs back in 2013, 2014, I didn't think this hard drive was ever going to live again. And I saw an Instagram ad that was saying, oh, we can revive your hard drive, just make sure you have your USB port. And it allowed me to preview all the stuff that was left on that hard drive. And a lot of it was the music that I was in the middle of creating a second album for. So I was able to access a lot of stuff and kind of remaster, re-record a little bit of stuff and get some collaborations on to create the newest album, which is now Loud for No Reason. Just to explain a little bit of the background for the title of the album, as you can see, I'm loud for no reason. I am unapologetically expressive and vocal in many ways, and I thought that, especially now where I'm about to hit 40, no one asked for this, but I want to release it. There's a lot of the songs that I wrote that were now still like resonating with what my life was going through right now. I thought, you know what, I know no one asked for it, but this is going to be a release therapeutically for me, as well as me showing and getting myself back out there in the spotlight as a singer-songwriter performer. So Loud for No Reason is the name of the album title. I'm also going to release the instrumentals to the songs as well, just in case you guys want to sing along. So make sure you hit that up, especially when it gets on the major platforms. But like me and my friend Brandon back in university, we made a lot of music. I wrote a lot of stuff for him. He produced a lot of stuff for me. We produced a lot of stuff together. And this is to show, it's kind of like a time capsule back when I was recording with him, back when I was living back in the States. A time capsule of the music that influenced me, that really made me feel like excited to write and get things together. Because for a lot of people, they don't have the melody, but they can sing. A lot of people can write, but they don't know how to, get the words out right. A lot of people can be able to produce, but they don't know how to sing at all. Or there's a lot of different things that just don't match up. But I feel like that's one of the biggest strengths for me, is that, just being able to put all that together. And my style is layering. I'm inspired by Brandy layer wise. I'm in the range of either Toni Braxton up to maybe a little bit of Alicia Keys on a good day, when she's got that good hot Darjeeling tea with the honey in it. But yeah, I just wanted to release something new, and especially since I've got this here to share with you guys, like, I feel like this is something that I can be able to venture in, especially since this year was my adventure into DJing. So that's spinning one side and then taking the other half of the year and be able to say, hey, here's actual music I want to put out and show you guys that I have the senses that I claim to have, because I got the senses. But just to give a little bit of a preview in terms of an explanation of what's on the album, I have a collaboration with Overall Mother, Ballroom, an icon. We've got Kopi Mizrahi as a featured artist on one of the songs called Thousand Suns. I've also got local Tokyo DJ, the Boogie Bandit, a friend of mine back from my Tochigi days when he used to live in Gunma and I used to live in Tochigi. he produced a song with me as well, the title track actually for Loud for No Reason, This Is Me. And then a lot of the other songs have either been just solely produced by me, which I think is about 2 or 3, and then a lot more with Brandon, as I mentioned, my friend from the States. And then a song or two that were produced by some people who I had connected with online through the forums or through MySpace. MySpace, AIM, chat rooms and things like that. But you'll see the credits that are there, and I'm going to definitely make sure that you guys are able to hear the music once it's available for streaming on TikTok and for Instagram. But it's short and sweet. I know I like to talk very long, but it's short and sweet. It's 11 songs. One is a remix, and in 10 songs, I would say total, just the main flesh of the album is about 35 minutes, but it's up-tempo. It's my style, which is very melodic, very harmonic. I like to do a little bit of wordplay. I've got a lot of entendres on it. I do a song, a rap, and a spoken word a little bit here and there. But I think it's got different types of moods, and I want to say it's break down into like 3 different sections. One is me just being super, letting out a lot of the stress, and then kind of giving some commentary on how I handle the stress. And then the second middle part is more of the up tempos and tell it like it is, how I'm feeling in that moment, both on the full moon, if you get what I'm saying, side, as well as, let me tell somebody about themselves because they're not being respectful to me, that kind of thing. And then the last part is more introspective because, as I mentioned, it kind of relates to what's happening in my life right now, where there's a lot of transitions, a lot of what should I go, should I stay, what do I do next, what is the next step. There's a lot of introspective in that sense, but one of the songs is actually all in Japanese, and I wrote that and produced that all by myself, Explode. It is a re-release, but I think it fits perfectly with the mood of the album, and the placement of the song is also pretty good too. So, again, like I said, it's going to be exclusively released this week, Friday, June 19th. Friday, it will be available on SoundCloud for streaming, and then I'll let you guys know when the album drops on the major platforms for Apple Music, Amazon Music, as well as Spotify. But I'm aiming towards July 4th or July 11th, and I'll keep you guys in touch. I'm doing a listening session at Idol Cafe here in Tokyo, in Nicho, on the 22nd of June. I'll be DJing that night later on, but before we start the DJ, me and Cody as the Mellow Twins, I'll be doing a listening session to get you guys' feel on the album itself. So if you're in Tokyo at that time, if you have friends that are in Tokyo, if you have time to stop by after work, if you're working, I'll be starting at about 7:15 and then do the album release party or slash album listening party, get you guys' opinion. I'll set up a very easy survey and see what we can do, because I just got my bonus and I'm thinking I might want to do a video for some visual effects to promote the album, especially for the major platform releases. So that would be really nice. Also with SoundCloud, after the listening session, I might open the survey to out of the survey side. You guys are watching and listening. I want to hear what you guys have to say as well, because your opinion counts. Citizens, tell the mayor what you want to see a visual for. I do the best I can in the time that I have. How many are made by me solely? Thousand Suns, Pinata, also Explode, and then how many are made with somebody together? We got Walk It Off, we've got Mess, we've got Seesaw Love, and we got For the Win. And who did I collaborate with in terms of producer-wise? As I mentioned, the remix of Sweat. We've got Loud for No Reason, as well as Wake Me Up, and more. So, more cute. Yeah, it's a very good mix-up of me, with others and others, but it's still got a nice up-tempo flair. The storytelling is really good when you listen to the lyrics. I'm going to have a link to the lyrics below, and you'll be able to see all of the different emotions that go through some of these songs. And then once you hear them audibly, you'll be able to see whether it's sang or whether it's rapped or maybe it's just spoken. So that's it for today. That's all the time I have for today. I let the music do the speaking for itself. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this. And the lyrics will only be mentioned in this post, so look at the links below for the lyrics both in Japanese and in English. I will see you on the flip side. I hope that you guys will enjoy the album when it comes out on SoundCloud this Friday, this 19th of June, and when it comes out on major platforms later as well. I'll leave a link for both, and I will talk to you guys later. Let's turn this stuff up. Let me see some of y'all put these on your playlist, because I think that they're definitely ones that you want to bump on your playlist. I mixed and matched them myself. But very excited for the major release, but also very excited for the initial release that is going to be happening on SoundCloud. So love y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I want to just, give lastly a description of each of the songs. So maybe something that resonates with you. I'll give you the description that I wrote that is put on here. I'll give you a description of the things that I wrote for each of the songs, and then I'll tell you who I was introduced, or I'll tell you who I was inspired by when I made the song, just to be able to see if it overlaps with a style that you like. So, as I posted on my Instagram, Thousand Suns, the description reads, joined by ballroom recording artist Kopi Mizrahi, a perfect cathartic opener, boisterous Arabian-style loop sample banger that serves as the internal voices pushed too far from daily routines and disrespectful outsiders. Walk It Off, which is the single that I released on my birthday in April, a jam that crosses between 80s synth pop and funk. This infectious, emotional, self-regulation theme song entertainingly paints the awkward yet relatable scenario of navigating scenes after being singled out and watched and looked at and judged by ill-intentioned third-party members. Mess, exclamation point, because this is the extended version. I released this as a B-side, the original version with Walk It Off. This extended version of Walk It Off B-side, Mess, with no exclamation point, cleverly worded shade and commentary to the fascination and addiction of mediocre social media content. Today. All on top of a dance hall, hip-hop themed anthem. More, and I actually was originally called More, but I stylized it and called it More Cubed. It's with the little 3 at the top. So More. Originally written for and with Kali Mo. Originally written with Kylie Minogue in mind, this attentive song with gritty pop kicks captures flirtatious doting in the initial traction phases perfectly. It kind of also borderlines on a little bit obsessive, or I'm too much into you, you're not that into me type situation, but it's very, very, very cute. Me saying it. It's very, very melodic. It's also the theme song for this channel, Nicho Radio. It's in full, so this time you guys get to hear the whole song in full. Next song is called Pinata. Originally written, This next song is called Pinata. This uniquely penned entendre-filled up-tempo track equating the 3 top emotions on a night out. Hesitation, anticipation, and excitement to connect in and out of bed. To the classically Mexican children's game of hitting a piñata. Like, I titled it Piñata, but obviously bat, bat, boom, boom. The drums are very reminiscent or very indicative of what a piñata sounds like, especially with those 3 emotions, and especially the last emotion where you're able to capture all the first ones with basically a being carried home or taken home, or at least the satisfaction of meeting somebody or connecting with somebody. We've got Seesaw Love. This concise yet Neptunes-esque pop electro moment finds that a lover is confronting a fickle courting flame with conviction and also, I'm walking my out, or you need to go away. It's very much that, but it's very, very polite and very in your face, though. It tells you what it is with being polite and respecting the other person, but it's very much clocking the T and saying, you did this, you shown this, there's no other way I can be able to forgive you. Move on. Oops. Move on. Next, we've got the song that I like a lot, which is Wake Me Up. This is a song that borrows inspiration from the new Jabe's lo-fi genre style. I have an inner monologue and a lucid dream session seeking answers and ways to break maladaptive behaviors. Basically, we've all got our demons. We all got the things that eat at us, all of the habits that we know we can't break. But this is a very much, inner speaking talk with myself, with the dreams that I have, and with the conversations I've had as well. So it's very much a commentary on mental health. I really like this song a lot too, but it's right in the middle of the album. This is Wake Me Up. Then we've got Explode. This is Then we got Explode. This is a song that I wrote in Japanese. This was originally created for a Japanese song contest, and it's the only mid-tempo on the album that offers as the perfect climax of the album. It encourages oneself to read the writings on the wall and take action early on when their instincts are tingling the most in order to preserve one's sense of self and insanity. One's sense of self and sanity. I sang on this, y'all. Japanese, it's inspired by Crystal K. It's inspired by Utada. Writing style-wise, it's inspired by Crystal K. Singing style-wise, like, I ate this up, and I hope that y'all get into it too. I know it's not in the English language, but it's something that y'all definitely want to keep on your mind, because the production is also really good too. It's like, takes you on a voyage almost. But yeah, and Explode is something else to look forward to. And seeing that it's the only mid-tempo, it kind of stands out for all the other up-tempo tracks that are on the album. Then we got Loud for No Reason. This is the one I did with The Boogie Bandit. The album's title track produced by local US expat Tokyo DJ The Boogie Bandit unexpectedly serves minimal vocals and focuses on a marriage of kinetic percussion and warped pads that mimic both the loud elements of external oral beatboxing as well as internal numb thinking. He produced this really well. He has very good ups and downs with this, and he does a very good well of placing and manipulating the voice enough to be able to mimic you basically having an internal session with yourself, a non-verbal session. You're not talking, you're just kind of listening to the sounds. But Loud for No Reason, I think, really, really sums up all the rest of the album in terms of there's silent parts and then there's non-silent parts, but this is a very good interlude to the almost end of the album. Then we got For the Win. This motivational anthem soars from start to finish, donning elements harkening nostalgia of a carnival or a parade that bolsters, emboldens, and encourages the person listening to move forward no matter what. So this is one of my favorite songs I kept in the vault, but it still shows my voice in its peak kind of fashion and style, and it builds up very well from the very beginning. And then we've got a little classic goodie. We've got an oldie but goodie that I have never released before, but I want to release because this song is very, very personal to me. My first song I made was called Sweat, and it was made with, I forget what the program was, but it was very rudimentary. And the lyrics are ridiculous, but this was remixed by a friend called DJ Value Mill, and he tore this thing up. He took, I didn't even have stems for the vocals. He was able to extract the vocals as good as possible to make a beat that reminisces. Y'all like Utada Hikaru? Y'all like Utada Hikaru? Y'all like Simple and Clean, the Planet B Boogie remix? It is very reminiscent of that. But the ridiculous lyrics can be overshadowed the ridiculous lyrics can be redeemed by the really good cadence of this song, and it's the closer of the album. This is a classic remix to a Don Cortez first ever recorded song, Sweat. This version leaves all perspiration on the dance floor, and it's also reminiscent to not just the is not only reminiscent to what I just mentioned too, which is Simple Clean, the Planet B remix, but it's also reminiscent of Utada's English song Devil Inside, the Scumfraw remix. So very inspired by that era of music, and was able to put that in there. I want to thank Zara Lawson and Charlie XCX, as well as Slater, like all the girls and Pink Panthers, who are all coming back with songs that like give the inflections to Y2K, 2000s, early 2000s, because there's songs that I have that are still very inspired from that, and I'm gonna release it as well. So I hope that you guys like it like that. That's the descriptions of the songs. I hope that if you're able to come out and see or listen on the 22nd, June 22nd, from 7:15 p.m. at Idol Cafe, I would love to hear your opinions. And then after that, if you're able to listen on SoundCloud, I would be glad to hear your opinions as well, because I want one of these to be something that is the next project for the next couple of weeks to make a music video for. So, how many are made by me? Thousand of Suns,